Boom. There we go. Now it's recording.
Good morning from Wilderness Locals.
What? Is that... How you doing? Is that how we started now? There's always something to do.
Them guys drive me nuts, man. Leroy. Like, they're Canadian. Jared must just watch that and be like, oh yeah, I knew it. Them guys are super Canadian.
Those are the most Canadian dudes ever. That's funny. So we're doing a giveaway.
We are doing a giveaway.
And we're doing a giveaway so people know to go sign the Wild Sheep Society Act Now campaign, right? That's what we're doing?
Mm-hmm. And I think the majority of the people that are following us have signed it anyway, but we're, get some new faces in there.
Some new blood.
New blood.
Yeah, so I guess the idea is if you haven't signed it, go sign it, but also go to the Wilderness Locals Instagram page, and there's some instructions there. There's a post there, and you go do that thing, put your name on there, take 3 friends, yada, 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 get some entries, win some stuff, right?
Yep. Just follow the instructions Ty placed out and get you entered.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the idea, and try to get as many people on there as we can. See what we can drum up here. Wild Sheep Society BC has been doing an amazing job, and we kind of took it upon ourselves to holler at some of the industry folks and see what we could get. And what's amazing though is everybody we talk to about this is yeah, I'm in. Where do I send stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's been really awesome to deal with. Aaron was awesome with the Kafaru.
Yeah. I John Barklow is a man of not that many words. And I texted John and I was like, hey, John, I'm doing this yada, yada, yada for whatever. Let me know what you think. And then before he ever texted me back, I had an order confirmation in my email of a full set of Sitka Stormfront, that Wicked rain gear. And I was like, I texted him back. I was like, thanks, John. He's like, yeah, let me know if that works or whatever he said, right? But I don't know, man. You can't ask for more passionate giving dudes than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with Tanner from Frontiersman Gear. I told him what we were doing. He's like, yeah, I'll throw you guys a knife. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Them guys don't have to either, right? They do it because they want to help. So it's we appreciate that.
Yeah, I think they do it because they're in the same boat as us and they want to hunt that stuff. And they know that if we don't make an effort, then the stuff will go away, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kafaru too threw in a pack and a whoopee.
Whoopee, which is the greatest thing ever, apparently. When you were dealing with Aaron on that, it's funny. I talked to Dana and she's like, yeah, whatever you want. And then you were talking to Aaron and Aaron's like, yeah, whatever you need. And I'm like, well, we should get them to pick something maybe. That way we're not giving away the farm, right? And, Aaron's just like, yeah, literally whatever you want. Whatever. Mm. Leave me alone. Just give away some stuff.
I think if anybody's texted Snyder and they know, because me and Snyder talk pretty much every day, but he just one word replies. And if people didn't know him, you would think he was mad at you or something, but he's just a busy guy. So I'll always send him some goofy shit or something. He just sends one word reply. So he's pretty good to deal with.
Nice. Yeah. Anyways, I guess what I'm saying is we're dealing with real good people that have the same stuff on their mind. We should maybe go through this gear and what we're giving away.
Yeah, let's do it. Tanner threw in a caping knife.
Yeah, it's Frontiersman Gear Mountain Series Lynx Blade. Now I have one of their other ones, and man, they're cool. They're they have like a paracord wrapped handle, and they do custom blade engraving and like these leather sheaths that are super badass. I mean, I keep that's like the knife I run pretty well all the time now, right?
Mhm.
I don't know. There's a lot of security in running like a proper fixed blade instead of some of those surgical knives, right?
Oh, I'm a big knife junkie, and I can't stand going, like, especially if you're backpack tent hunting or something, or you're a long ways from the truck. I can't stand the little surgical blade knives, and they do work, and I have one, but they can't
Mm-hmm.
do much more of anything than skin something, right? So, yeah, a nice
Yeah, I
fixed
know.
blade is nice.
I've been in situations before where that was the only knife I packed in, and I'm like, oh, I gotta, fix something or carve something up, and I'm like, I'm gonna break this blade, or it's gonna get jammed into my arm, and I'm pretty far from the truck, like.
Yeah,
But yeah, no,
no,
the frontiersman stuff is phenomenal quality, and Tanner is just an awesome dude with really great craftsmanship. So that was unreal that he threw one of those in.
yeah, I think he's taken Canada by storm for sure. That guy, he makes some wicked blades. Number one, in my
Yeah,
opinion. I haven't got one yet, but I'm waiting still. He was gonna fab me one up, he said. So
yeah,
coming
yeah.
through.
I have one. I mean, it's cool that he'll engrave your name or whatever on it too. That's pretty badass.
Hmm. Yeah, he does some cool knives, like the handle material too. He has. I've been looking at some of that. He has some mammoth or doll sheep or whatever you want on there. He does some
That's cool.
wicked custom work.
Yeah, and he's now a stick bow guy.
Hmm. Did he ever shoot compound? Do you know, Tanner?
I have no idea. I have no idea, to be honest. He was just like, he messaged me and he was like, "What stick bow should I buy?" I'm like, "I'm going to tell you to buy a Tolkien, but talk to Waste Dog." And it's
Hmm.
funny. I think we're all pretty well going to be shooting the exact same bow, um, except I'll have the 10X one, but that's another story.
Hmm. He he messaged me. He's like, I got my bow. I strung it up. It kind of felt like I was defusing a bomb.
Yeah, he said that to me too. I was like, yeah, it's scary, hey? Does he have a stringer? I hope he does.
I think so. Well, Toki sends one with your first. The first bow you ever buy from Jared and Dan, they send you with a pretty cool stringer.
Oh, really?
But don't. I twisted a limb on a recurve when I was starting out, so make sure you use a stringer, kids.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah.
Nice. So thanks, Tanner. That's awesome. People can look forward to having the chance to win that. Let's jump back to number one. Barklow's the man. Barklow is such an interesting cat, and like I can't wait to have him on the podcast again, just to chat about like even just chatting about gear, but even his stories are just wicked. Like he's one of them guys too that it's hard to find out stuff about him, and then you chat with him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been on 10 archery goat hunts and killed 6 of them things," and
Yeah, that's what blew my mind because I don't know if he posts much of anything. And then when he was on the here, he's like, "Oh yeah, I killed 5 or 6 archery mountain goats." I was like, "Who is this guy?"
oh yeah,
So
yeah.
like
No,
he
he's
gets after it.
yeah, he's a Jedi, and no man, he like I think I prematurely hit end on that podcast because like I hit stop on the recorder, hopped in my truck, and he and I continued to talk for the next 2.5 hours just about hunting. Like he's passionate about hunting, and he's like, I don't know, he's just a good dude. And yeah, he knows gear, I think, better than anybody else on the planet from doing all that cold water training and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he sent me a full set of Sitka Stormfront. And yeah, it's like in subalpine, which is sweet, and it's like a 3-layer Gore-Tex Pro Fabric, they call it. It's basically just like super waterproof rain gear that's not crazy heavy. It's like a sort of middle ground, I find. But this is great stuff to have in your pack, and um, for us guys in BC, phenomenal. But I mean, anywhere else in the world, I don't think you'd mind toting it around either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially for you BC guys. You guys are pretty hardcore, but you need good rain gear all the time. So.
Yeah. It's like one of those things. It's always always kind of a point of contention with BC guys, because it's like if you want to truly stay dry and have durable rain gear, like you're running that rubber Helly Hansen crap that weighs 17 pounds or something, right? But if you go ultra light, like Barco was saying, he was like, you might make it out of a season, maybe. So you have to find that like middle ground for the terrain that you're in here in BC. And it's hard to do, man. It's like, it's not as easy as you'd think.
You know, one thing I really liked about Barco, he was on the podcast here, and he was talking about rain gear. Mm-hmm. He said, "Oh, this is what we have, and this might not be right for you." Like, he never once really pushed it on anybody. He was just explaining what it is, and maybe it doesn't fit your style, of hunting.
Yeah, well, I mean, he and I think on the podcast we were talking about, like, on the coast here, I spend half my life jumping deadfall. And it's like, if I don't have a rain pant on when I'm doing that, by the time I get to wherever I'm going, I'm soaked to the bone. And if it's like November, if I'm hunting the deer rut, by the time I get to where I'm going and being soaked to the bone, I'm also now hypothermic. Like, it's not going to be good. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like you said, there's applications for maybe some more inexpensive pants or something like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
pretty cool though, dude. Super wicked, and yeah, he threw us a full set of Stormfront, like I was saying. So that's on there too. Somebody can win that, which is real exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, kind of one of our favorite companies to deal with, like well before the podcast started, is Kifaru. We're both Kifaru guys, and yeah, they threw in a checkpoint bag and a whoopee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aaron hooked us up with some stuff there, and that checkpoint bag. That's a nice little bag for day hunts and stuff. Or you can use it for whatever.
You know much about that bag, Wace?
Just a little bit from what I've read. I haven't owned one.
Yeah. So I think they came out with that bag as kind of a in-between bag, a bag that could like facilitate a day hunt if you needed to, but also be just as at home, going to the office or going to the office and then having a hike on the way home. Like, it has, I think it has a laptop sleeve in it even, but it also has 2 full-length stays in it, and a frame sheet. So it's like, it's a nice stiff bag in a small package. Like, I actually think I might buy one, just as something small, because I'm a frame pack guy. I run like those big frame packs all the time, no matter what. But I think this might be like a cool option to have with you, like if you can get an hour in after work on the way home, which I do stuff like that all the time. It's cool. And then if you're just doing like everyday carry stuff, it's a badass bag, and it doesn't scream. It doesn't scream tactical if you buy it in like, that black color, or in like maybe even that tan color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a wicked little bag. I would use the heck out of it, but I can't enter. So
you can't.
I can't. Well, I don't think it would be fair if I won. Can't enter to win.
I've entered so many times.
Yeah. Just donate it back, hey?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Donate it to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, nice little bag. And then they also threw in the whoopee,
Yeah,
which I think
Whoopee.
everybody knows
Also,
what the whoopee is.
yeah, no, they're cool. Um, yeah, like so. I mean, I think they're modeled after like a military poncho, right?
Yeah.
Like the liner for it. But they're made out of the same insulation as their slick bags, so they are a synthetic insulation that can get wet and stay warm, which is wicked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super warm.
Yeah, I know a couple guys that use them as just quilts, like instead of running a bag, which I don't know if I'm hard enough to do that because I'm a bit of a wimp, but people seem to really like the quilt game. Hey,
yeah, it's picking up steam. I think I'm still a sleeping bag guy, but
yeah,
I think everybody has a little different preference of what they like.
mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, my buddy Sky has two of these things, and it's like he can't get them away from his family. So it's like, I mean, they're good out in the field or in the truck for an emergency, but they're also great around home because they're super comfy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're nice. And I'm gonna be ordering one actually. So
yeah, I mean, keep one in your bag for glassing too. They don't really weigh nothing. Like the standard Whoopee is 1 pound 15 ounces, which is pretty light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super light, packs up nice, super warm, fairly like it is synthetic, so it's a little more, like with down, if down gets wet, that's kind of it, right? But with synthetic, it's not as life threatening if it gets wet.
Yeah. No, you hear so many horror stories about guys running down, especially out here on the coast or even anywhere in BC, like those coastal goat mountains that get real wet. You get in trouble, and the synthetic's nice, but yeah, no, it's they're super tough, and guys use them as ground sheets, use them as all kinds of stuff, pull them over you when you're glassing. I think that's probably my preferred application because I am always cold, and it would sure be nice to pull one of them over you when you're glassing on a hill and getting beat up by wind, and pull that thing over you and stay a little warmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice to have in your kit, that's for sure.
No doubt. Cool. And what else is on here? What else are we giving away? We're giving away a little merch pack from our store, like probably a couple shirts and a hat or something to whoever wins that. So there's 5 slots to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5 slots and no limit on entry.
No, let her rip. And yeah, I would just urge everybody. And like when I had Steve and Greg on from Wild Sheep Society last BC, I think it was, I don't know, last week or the week before. Just like, I know most of you have already signed that are listening to this, but if you can pass that on to 1 or 2 people or 3 people even that might not normally sign, like coworkers, family, friends, whatever, just people that you can go to and explain, like, hey, look, this is what's happening in BC, actually in North America, but in BC specifically. Like, we're going to lose our opportunity to have these animals on the landscape because people don't understand wildlife management, and they want to manage stuff purely with emotion and not with science. So this isn't a petition to get another hunting season. We're not trying to change the regulations. We're not trying to do anything like that. What we're trying to do is make sure that stuff is managed through science and not with emotion.
100%. And I guess the majority of hunters, and kind of using air quotes there, but the majority of hunters are not, just sit on their hands. They don't do much of anything. They don't belong to nothing. They don't really put their dollars to work. And I mean, it's maybe some guys can't afford, $20 membership but these petitions are free to sign. Like it only takes a few minutes of your time, not even. Like I signed it and it takes 30 seconds. So
yeah. Yeah, it's so fast. And it's open to anyone. And I mean, it's open to anyone, but I keep saying this contest is open to, or giveaway is open to anyone in North America. So you don't have to be in BC to do it. That's another critical point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anybody can sign up and sign the petition and help preserve our hunting rights before we start losing any more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just it helps out wildlife and wild places to have them managed through science instead of emotion, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%. So now we got a little incentive to get people signed up, and hopefully it gets some good traction here, and everybody gets on board.
Perfect. Cool. Okay, so just to reiterate once more, you head over to Wilderness Locals Instagram. There's a post there. It's a picture of a ram, nice and close. Greg from Wild Sheep took that photo. It says act now, details to enter below. If you go to that post, you need to make sure you've filled out the Act Now campaign, which by now you've had pummeled into your head. You got to tag 3 friends in that post. You got to follow Wilderness Locals, Frontiersman Gear, Kafaru, Snyder, Sitka Gear, Barklow, and Wild Sheep Society BC. I should have put Wasey on there too. Make sure you follow Wasey.
It's all good, man. I don't.
Is your thing private? I think it's still private.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, my wife's been on me. She's like, "You need to open your page up." I'm like,
"Oh, you got to delete all the nudes you got. You got to delete all those nudes you got off on there first, though, right? You got those bikini pics, Uncle Lacey,
Uncle Lacey's bikini pics.
There you go.
I think it's working. I think it's working good because there's a couple of old friends that follow me on Instagram, and they're not hunters. I know the one guy isn't a hunter at all, and he went over and signed it. So
yeah, nice. Right now there's somewhere around 170 entries on it, and I posted it yesterday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to see a couple thousand. What's the timeline, or how long you want to run this for?
I was kind of gonna leave that up to the discretion of you.
Of me.
Yeah, I don't know. You decide. I hadn't given it that much thought about when to end it. I was just trying to get it rolling.
Yeah, no, for sure. We'll see how it goes and see how many people get signed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think inside of a month for sure. Maybe 20 days. We'll have to see.
Yeah. See how it rolls out here.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Any kind of final thoughts, parting thoughts?
No, just we wanted to really thank all the companies that stepped up to help out with this. We appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Because we wouldn't have none of it if it wasn't for them guys helping out with this. So it's good. Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we would probably have just bought stuff and given it away and done it anyways, but it would have been much, much shittier.
Yeah. That was plan B.
We're like, hey, okay, we're going to give out a box of Timbits and like 2 double doubles.
Yeah. And then I got an old Easton aluminum hockey stick in the garage I was going to throw in.
Wasey's got a used conibear that won't stay shut anymore. So when you pull her back, just move your fingers, eh? You can take your take your arm off.
We should have. I had a buddy that started trapping once, and he was setting a beaver trap, and he got both hands. He got both hands caught in that sucker in a 330, man.
Jesus.
And so there he is trying to dial his phone with his nose.
I'm Leroy, and that's Leroy. There's always something to do.
I'm trying not to piss myself laughing right now about that story.
That's funny. We should raffle off your buddy's hands. Did he get them back? Did they turn black and fall off?
Remember, kids, keep them safeties on them springs till you get that conibear set.
That's funny. Oh, that's something I have to do actually is finish my trapping course. I've been trying to book it here, but this because I want to join the Trapper Club, be the cool kids club, and then we could turn this into Wilderness Trappers and stop talking about hunting. But this COVID thing has got in the way, man.
I got lots of trapping stories. I took my trapping course actually back when you could challenge it. So it's a 2-day course in Alberta, but back when you challenge it, I just went in and wrote the test and got 100%. Actually, if I'm bragging a little bit.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
I'm actually emailing Tim Killy right now. Hey Tim, there we go. Any courses scheduled?
Yeah,
cool.
No, I think too trapping is it's a dying art, man. Not many guys are doing it anymore.
Nah, my buddy Trapper Tom there. He's cool. I like hearing his stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the problem kind of is too, right? Like we wild fur kind of follows the mink market, like farm mink. So we don't really like prices are kind of varying on the supply of all that. So most of the trapping nowadays is either predator control or it's just a hobby trapping, right? Pretty much make a little bit of money and nothing crazy, but
yeah,
it's not like I don't think we'll ever see it like it used to be, you know?
Yeah. I think we're getting off track here.
Yeah, totally. So don't get me going on trapping. So Act Now campaign.
Yeah. Go sign the campaign. If you want to win stuff, go to Wilderness Locals Instagram, get your name in there. If you don't have Instagram, you're listening to this, email me, Tyler@wildernesslocals.net.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can email me at WaceyPartyBoy69@hotmail.com.
No, don't email him. You don't want to see the return. Don't do that. Do not do that. It's bad.
That's not my email.
I think it is. Yeah, we just want to get people involved, get everybody that we can to sign this thing, and let her rip tater chip.
Yeah, you betcha. Thanks for everybody that helped out on this and got it off the ground.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to go shoot my bow.
All right. See ya.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and leave us a review. If you want to support the podcast, please check out the gear on our website at wildernesslocals.net.